check it out, check it, check it out, check it, check it, check it out, check it.
Hey, Greg and the CE call me hip hop junkie. Straight to your dome piece like Grass Monkey. All I wanna know, do you wanna get funky? CNC beats be kicking.
All right, welcome to the Dig Podcast. We have today Miss Madi Baker. Madi, say hi.
Hi.
How's it going, ma'am? You doing okay?
Yes, I'm doing good.
All right, well, today's episode, everybody, is going to be over quite a bit, actually. We're going to talk to Madi about everything from where she comes from and moving to Texas, playing college volleyball at her division. I will let her explain exactly where she plays, what position she plays, and we'll get into all of the nuts and bolts of who Madi is. So, Madi, go ahead and talk to us. Where are you from?
I'm originally from Rancho Cucamonga, California, so Southern California, IE area. I played at Forza One North in California, and I played since I was 10. I played a little bit of beach volleyball growing up, did my whole recruiting journey, and found University of St. Thomas out here, and I currently play at the Division III St. Thomas in downtown Houston, studying marketing and psychology. And yeah.
Oh, that's awesome. So the Inland Empire, huh? I cover Southern California, or actually the entire state of California with Prep Dig. So I know a little bit about the area. Tell me about life growing up in, playing club volleyball and high school volleyball in Cali.
It's a lot different than Texas volleyball, for sure. That was kind of a hard adjustment coming out here, but I really loved volleyball out there playing at Forza. I mean, it was close to home, but I also went to Ontario Christian, which won state. They did not win state when I was there, but we were coming off of that, and they were a really good program, a really great coach. Shout out to Paige Leibhart. But she was a really great coach. I had a bunch of great teammates who went to go and continue to play college volleyball as well, and it was a really good Christian high school that was the smallest school in the Division I program, which is very different than Texas volleyball, where it goes based on size of your school. Is even though we were only like a 500 or 400, 500 kids school, we were still Division I, II for volleyball. So it was nice that we had that opportunity, even though we had a small school. And then based on how good your sport was, that's the division you were in. So it was a really good opportunity to be able to play those schools like Mater Dei and play Maricosta, play all those like really big,
the big powerhouse teams.
The big powerhouse schools, like that we got to play them all the time and like succeed in everything. So it was nice.
Oh, that's awesome. What do you see as the major difference in like California high school volleyball or club versus Texas high school and club?
Well, Texas is all about their offense, man. So I will say, coming from California, especially college, like going into college too, and that was my first time kind of like seeing Texas, like real Texas volleyball. Everyone's here from Texas, is kind of just seeing that, like hit hard no matter what. Hit the ball as hard as you can. I don't care where it's at. Hit the ball as hard as you can. Like, I'm not that person. I was recruited just because I can place the ball where people aren't. I'm more of a shotsy hitter. I'm not going to hit hard. I'm not going to beat you in that game, and that's okay. But I'm going to, like, roll shot. I'm going to tip. I'm going to find spots all the time, and I'm going to help my other hitters on the floor, setters, and be like, hey, the dump's open, the roll shot's open, this tip, like those kinds of things, because I'm just a very high IQ person when it comes to that, but I'm not the strength like Texas volleyball.
Yeah, Texas, we love our offense over here. Whenever I talk to kids all the time, we really want to like tell them how important ball control is. And when I travel the country and go to like different parts of the country, it's all about ball control and defense. And if I tell people all the time, if Texas understands that defense is just as important, watch out, world, because it's going to be crazy.
California maybe a little bit better because they can put the ball where it's not, and they will ball control like crazy. Them beach players, man, they can do it all. So
absolutely, no, you said it. So you're a pin. You play on the pins and more of a shot selection, ball control expert, moving the ball around. What I call a doctor, because you got all the shots, right?
Yes.
Awesome. Well, let's go ahead and talk a little bit, if you can, about college. Tell me about the school. Tell me about the team. What are you guys doing right now?
So right now we are finishing up our first week of school and season. So because we are Division 3, we are more of an academic based school. So we don't start our practices in June, July, like most Division 1s and 2s can, and they're the ones that are giving out scholarships. So we do not get athletic scholarships. We only get academic scholarships. And so you're basically just a student. Playing sports is kind of an extra thing. So your studies are always coming first. But then with that is they make sure to create that balance where your studies have to be first, which is really nice because in the Division 1, you kind of have tutors that do everything for you when it comes to schoolwork. So Division 3, I actually get to focus on my major, and if someone wants to do a hard major like nursing or engineering, biology, they're able to do that at the Division 3 level because they have that time to balance both. So I really like that. I know there's girls on my team who are able to do that, and it's not as demanding as Division 1. I'm still playing college sports and it's great, but I can still have a life outside of volleyball and be able to scout for a prep dig now, coach, get to do all these things and not just my entire life be volleyball from 6 to 8 every day. It's really nice that I have a break and I get to be able to be myself outside of sports.
And be like a well-balanced person, right? I always talk to a lot of freshmen, whenever they're going into their freshman season, Texas players always want to move out of Texas at first, right? They want to go far away from mom and dad. And then when we talk to them after their freshman season, they're like, I may want to come back home because it's a lot, right? So they just get overwhelmed with the life of it's pretty much like a job, like a full-time job, right? Plus being a student.
Yes.
So you get to experience all that.
Yes. I did not want to move home though. I'm very happy here. So
You like Texas? Oh yeah, you're becoming a true Texan.
yes.
What do you think? Having gone through the recruiting process as a player yourself, and I know you said religion is pretty big, and everything that you've done with being a high school student, and now in college. What are some things that you saw in the recruiting process that maybe you could, if you could go back in time and tell your younger self, hey, look out for this, or don't worry about this. What's some tips and tricks you would give to some players now?
I think, that's hard. I feel like I did pretty good in my recruiting journey, so I'm like,
okay. Okay, let's narrow it down. Then let's go back to when you were
pretty good for doing it all myself. So
when you were researching, right? And you said you did it all yourself. Did your parents guide you at all? Were there conversations that happened? Did you have a mentor that you bounced ideas off of? Talk to me about that.
Okay, so at first, writing emails, I'm a freshman in high school, so I did sit down one day. My dad helped me write out a template to send to coaches, do that. But besides that, I was working with volleyball recruiter Kara Hill because she was based in California at the time, and
Yes.
she would come and do stuff. And so I worked closely with her, and she was great. She helped me with stuff when I went through my ACL journey of still pushing stuff out of I posted stuff constantly of my ACL journey, and she would go, and when she knew players, because everyone would use her, would post hey, go look at Maddie's page, she has a whole bunch of ACL stuff, recovery ideas to post or anything like that, how she went through it, because I went through probably one of the fastest ACL recoveries. I got cleared in 7 months.
Oh wow.
Pretty crazy. Yeah
that's
in
quick.
7 months. So it was pretty it was hard, but it was one of those things where, okay, I want to get recruited and I want to play in college. I'm going to post that every day if I can't post film. So, but my parents did not post anything. They didn't video anything. They'd take videos, but I'd go through and I'd look at highlight clips and I'd post everything and I'd do everything myself. My parents never emailed. My parents never put stuff together. It was all me. My parents would I'd be like, hey, this is where we're going. This is the school I'm talking to. Let's go, please.
Maddie, having been dealing with student athletes over the last 18 years as a recruiting coordinator, you see different different journeys, different paths, right? And you have the parents that are kind of doing it all for some kids, and then you have those kids like yourself that are kind of going through the journey themselves. I find it more rewarding when you're doing the work and you're putting forth the effort, and then you get on a college roster and you start playing your first game, and you're like, you look back and you're like, I did this for myself.
Yeah.
Right? How did that feel with you?
It's great because honestly, St. Thomas was not a school that reached out to me. I had schools that reached out to me. It was not something I really wanted, but I did like my research, and all I did was I DM'd Coach Burt on Instagram, and I was like, hey, I sent you an email. Like if you guys were looking for 2027 outsides or a pin or whatever, like I sent you my highlight film, be really cool. And then she responded and was like, okay, I'll look. And then that's how it happened. Like it was like, if I never sent a DM, like I never asked, like, you know, it could have never happened. It could have gotten lost in her emails, you know, like college coaches get lots of emails. So, I mean, I went out there and I messaged her on the volleyball account and on her personal account. And so it was like, the worst she can say is we're not looking. The worst she could do is not respond. Like, and I've kind of learned that with this whole thing of like, rejection is just redirection with everything.
That is beautiful to hear. I agree 100%. No, that's awesome, because the worst they can say is no, right?
I mean, and in that thing, like, you're picking the school at the end of the day. Like, it's not like you are forced to go to like a high school, you know, and it's like you make it or you don't. Like, you get to pick at the end of the day. Like, there's going to be a school for everyone. It may not be exactly what you want, but there's going to be a school for you anywhere.
I like what you're saying right now, and there's something that we talk about a lot in the recruiting circles of, you know, I think right now a lot of players are chasing clout, right? They're chasing the caption under the Instagram post that says Division I, right? Committed to Division I school, committed to this, committed to that, going out of state, right? Like, I think that they're chasing that what sounds good to promote themselves versus, hey, this actually might be a better fit for me. Right? What do you think about that aspect?
I just think that was never a thing for me. I mean, like, in a money standpoint, I was like, great. Like, I had really small Division I's reaching out to me in like New York. I was like, I'm not going that far. Like, Texas is probably the furthest I'll go. I was talking to some schools in Illinois. I was like, way too cold for me. Not doing it. But it's like, if it's a thing where you need that because that's the only way you can go to school, like, I fully understand. But if you're like, I'm only going Division I, okay, then be prepared to go to some cornfields. I'm just telling you, because not everyone is this like Big Ten player, and that's okay. Like, I don't think there's like the statistic of like only like 7% of people who play in high school go and play in college. And then at the end of the day, another thing is, of those, like that 7% that translates, that's only 6 players of that roster play, you know? And so it's like at the end of the day, only like maybe 1 or 2% are actually playing. But I mean, you're still doing it. And that's a big thing, is like you still doing it shows that even though like you may not be playing in college, I think that's a big thing too, is people kind of like get stuck of, oh, I'm going to go to college, and if I'm doing this, I need to play. But it's like, at the end of the day, you're not playing volleyball for the rest of your life. You need to go somewhere where you can learn life lessons. And that's a huge thing for me as a coach too, is like, even if you're not playing, like you need to take something out of it, because you still can be a good person. You can learn all these things from the sideline of whether you're playing or not, because you're also helping the people who do play get better. So you're playing a role either way. So I think that's a big thing when it comes into all the divisions, as well as like, don't chase after this Division I if you're not going to play. Like, go somewhere where because you want to feel wanted. Like, that's a natural thing. Go where you feel like you could be wanted, but it's something that you're going to actually enjoy, and not just be there and post, oh, hey, Division I, whatever, and then transfer the next year. You know, like, don't do it to yourself. Don't put yourself through that. I think go where you're going to be happy to start, regardless of the division. Who cares about the division, honestly? I
agree 1,000%. Like, there are so many players, like I said, that end up transferring after their first year because it's not what they thought it was going to be. You know, we like to paint this picture in our head of what we think life is going to be like. And, oh, I'm going to this school because it sounds awesome. But then after that, you're like, I'm riding the bench and not really getting a chance. And I'm not really happy. I'm not making friends. Like, life isn't as great as it seems. So let me transfer back home somewhere close and do something different. So we see that quite a bit. So you're right. Great advice. Great advice. All right. All right. So I just wanted to show us some Maddie playing, and, let's see if she can really ball, and shows that you can. You turned down the line, and you shotted that one up to the corner for a score. So good job.
Oh, thanks.
You're welcome. All right. And we have one more segment on this podcast that I'd like to do. So get ready. We are going to what I call the hot seat. You're going to enter the hot seat, okay? All right. So here is the hot seat. You're going to answer some questions that you did not know I was going to ask. Okay. So get ready. There's a whole bunch of them here on the screen. All right. And we're going to go ahead and have you ever played word association?
Yeah.
That's like somebody says a word and you give me the first thing that pops into your head.
Okay.
All right. I'm not going to give you time. I want you to give me the first. Just for one. We're going to do one. Ready? Okay. So let's see which one you get. All right?
Okay.
All right. Here we go. Some are dumb questions. Some are hard questions.
Okay.
And it goes to, what advice would you give to a new player just starting out and she's 12 years old? Go.
Have fun. Take in everything that you can. I coach 11s and 12-year-olds, so this is easy. I think just have fun, kind of take in everything that you can, and learn every position, because you never know how tall you're going to be. You never know what you can be good at. So if you're just starting, learn to do everything. This can always just make you better. Learn to do the intangible things like talking, that kind of thing, being a good person, being a good teammate, because those are things, working hard, always giving effort, those kinds of things. Learn those things first. And kind of know, like, it's just a game at the end of the day. It's supposed to be fun. And especially at that age, it's so much fun. Kind of just everything. There's so many milestones. So kind of taking it step by step and learning each thing.
Love it. That's fantastic. That's great advice. And hopefully you give that advice to the younger kids that you're coaching. All right. We have a little bit of time, Maddie. So we're going to go one more question. Let's see what we got. All right. First thing that comes to your mind. And the question is... Oh, what does being a good teammate mean to you? I don't know why that TikTok or Instagram is on there. What does being a good teammate mean to you?
I think understanding how you need feedback, or understanding how you react in a gameplay, because I know some people are very serious or very lax. Like, I'm more of a lax, positive person. Kind of don't stress me out if I'm messing up. So kind of being a good teammate is understanding that, always being uplifting, kind of helping you. So I'd say, like, if I'm a huge IQ person. So I think being a good teammate is, like, if I don't know where to swing, or if we're in a tough spot, like, you are helping me out. You're being my eyes for me. Because it's always a different point of view on the court versus off the court, or just in a different spot. So I think doing that just helps you be more engaged, as well as, like, showing that you care for me and that you're being a good person to me, and just obviously always communicating to me, being there with me, making it mutual.
I like it. What about off the court? Like, now as a college player, right? I'm sure you spend a lot of time with your teammates in different avenues, right? Yes. Off the court, like, what does being a good teammate mean to you there?
I think just having a level of respect. A big thing that I got, like, when I came to colleges that was very different, is you're playing with, like, grown women, especially if you're, like, not even 18 yet coming to college. Like, you're playing with some grown women, especially when it was, like, the COVID years, like, super seniors. Like, you're playing with some, like, 23-year-olds and you're not even 18. So kind of just understanding that respect of, like, you're at different aspects in your life. Like, one's about to go into their full-time job of life, and the other one is, like, I just came out of high school and this is all kind of fun. So I feel like having a level of respect regardless of where you're at, whether you're super close or not, just, like, having that level of understanding and being mutual and kind of just caring, because at the end of the day, like, you're family. When you're in college, like, when you're in the months of August, or I guess if you start sooner, depending on the division, to November or December, like you are seeing each other every single day. Like, so you need things to be as clean as possible. Like, you don't want any drama. I mean, obviously, like you would genuinely become sisters. So trying to keep it very mutual and everything and just respect at the end of the day, I'd say.
I like it. I think that's solid. And, I plan to do a couple of episodes of some of your teammates and your coach. So I'd love to get into that more with the chemistry building and all that. So I appreciate you bringing that up. Yeah. So now, earlier you mentioned something about that you just got a new job at Prep Dig. Is that correct?
Yeah, I did.
Just kidding. I hired you. Yay. All right. So, all right, let's talk about that. What do you hope to achieve as a Prep Dig scout?
Oh, it's kind of loaded. Okay.
It's a loaded question.
Yeah. I mean, I'm hoping to achieve just kind of people seeing my volleyball knowledge and my IQ. I always get the like, oh, you're only 20. You don't know what you're talking about. But I feel like I see things better from a coach's point of view, even better than playing. Like I feel like I always have ever since I tore my ACL, that I just see things better as a coach, and I love coaching kids and making a difference in people's lives. And I think being able to do this and kind of share, like, I'm a huge marketing person. I'm going to school for marketing. I did my whole recruiting journey through marketing of myself, of kind of be able to help people do that and kind of do the thing they want to love, playing college, or whatever it is, just playing the sport they love, but being able to make a difference in their lives and show them, like, even though I'm 20, I still know what I'm talking about. I promise.
I like it.
The thing of like, I can still do it regardless of my age, and like I still want to make that difference and kind of make that connection, because I feel like being younger too, a lot of people can make an easier connection with me. So I think that's just the biggest thing, of making a connection and making a difference in all the girls' lives.
I like it. I agree. And so far in reading your articles, I get a real sense of, we had talked about looking at it from a real coaching analytical point of view, right? And you're doing a great job of writing about each athlete's athletic skill set. So great, kudos on that part, right? As far as players, right? Players are going to watch this episode. What do you want players to know about you? And can they contact you? What can they ask? Can they share their Instagram reels or highlight reels with you? Like talk about it.
Yeah, I mean, I love all of that. I'm obviously growing my social media. So I did have my whole ACL, my whole recruiting journey was on my old Instagram, and then I got it, like all my Instagram accounts got deleted. So unfortunately that's not there, because that's something that I would always share with girls, be like, go look, like how I got recruited, everything I used to post. So I'm rebuilding, but I would love for everyone to tag me, do all that stuff, because I'll share as much as I can. And again, I'm in the college world and the coaching world now, so I can kind of help share the word and pass it on. And obviously come to me for marketing stuff. Like I love helping kids with their recruiting journey. Like I'd rather you come to me than have your parents do it for you, personally. Like I'd rather you sit here and ask me, who's like in Prep Dig now, or like, I mean, I did it firsthand. So then, go pay tons of money for someone else to do it, or have your parents do it. Like I want like someone to be able to do it. So if they're reaching out, that means like they're passionate about it. Like I will sit down and obviously talk with them as long as they need. And also like injuries, coming back from injuries, like I fully get that. I can obviously be someone there to understand and help them with that. And then with that comes the mental game. Like I truly understand it. And so even if it's like outside and it's starting to impact volleyball, like that was me. So I really understand all of it, moving out of state, like all the things. So I definitely can be there for anyone who wants to message me. I mean, I'm on my phone a lot, I'd say, so I can respond pretty quickly if anyone needs anything. But yeah, I want people to kind of think of me as someone who's there and not just like this figure that's online writing about people. Like I'm a real person, and I'm to be personable and again change your lives, like be that mentor, whatever you want me to be. But like you see me and they're like, oh my gosh, it's Coach Madi, like let's go see her and talk to her. Like I want to be able to be that person. So.
I love it. That's like one aspect that I really love about this job is you get to meet so many families and parents and players and coaches and just interact with these people. And hopefully we have, some sort of impact on their life. And I think if we impact one person, whether that's helping them with their self-esteem or helping them get to the next level, then I think that's something to be said.
Yeah, I fully agree.
Awesome. Now, you also the way that we got to know Miss Baker is she helped coach some of our showcases in the Houston area. So I want to ask you a couple questions. Now that you've gone through it a couple of years and you've worked under me as the director, don't want you to toot my horn, don't talk positive about me, but just talk about the showcase in general. Like, what did you think about how it ran? What did you think about registration? You just did the registration table at this last event. You've coached, you've been a court coach, you've helped out with our top performers, you've done some of the photo and video, like you've done it all now. So talk to me. What do you think about how the showcases are run, and what do you like the most about them?
I love the way the showcases are ran. It's very lax. You're not sitting there surrounded with tons of coaches. Because I remember when I used to play in club at the showcases, so I'd go to the Red Rock Rave in Vegas.
Yes.
They'd have the coaches sitting there at the edge of the courts. Talk about stress. I think that's way more stressful than being in this club and they're watching it on Baller TV. I think that's 10 times better. Just thanks COVID for that. That's great. Thank you. Because talk about stressful as you're sitting there and coaches are around the courts watching.
Correct.
You make a mistake.
Stress.
I'm marking stuff and you're oh, okay. That is absolutely insane. So I really like how it's already that aspect of you're not even stressed about that. You're in a club environment. You're not in this convention center already. Even more it's already okay, you're in this small little club, it's a small space, you have coaches that are working with you and always positive and motivating. They're not coaching you because at this age you kind of know what you're doing wrong. And if not, obviously coach is there to help you, but if you shank a ball, you kind of have an idea of what you're doing wrong, and if not and you keep doing it, then eventually you'll figure it out, that kind of thing. So having coaches to motivate you, all the girls are usually really excited and have tons of energy. Brings out my energy to do that, but it's really fun just being in the environment. I always I'm so sad prep digs at the camps in Houston are only once or twice a year. I wish they were once a month, because it's just so much fun to work the camps and see all these girls and just see volleyball growing. It just continues to grow, and I love watching all the levels of players and how they combine together, and just kind of how each one has their own style to their play, but even though we're all playing the same game, I just really love seeing that.
No, I agree. I like the growth of the game is tremendous. I think it was roughly around 10 years ago, some report came out that volleyball was the fastest growing youth sport in the nation. It surpassed soccer. So we were yay, volleyball, right? So it's awesome. And then, last year you see in the what Nebraska played in their football stadium, and had 93,000 people or something. Awesome to see that. All right. Well, thank you, Miss Maddie. What we're going to do is we are going to have Maddie's Instagram and X. You just got an X account as well, right? So we'll put all your social media.
Too, so.
We'll put all your social media handles here on the screen, so everybody please go follow her. Obviously follow Prep Dig, follow me as well on my social media, and interact with us. We love the engagement, and we are here to help you. I hope all of you have enjoyed Miss Maddie. You're going to see her on a couple of episodes. This is just the very first one. So Maddie, thank you so much for your time. And we look forward to hearing from you again, and we'll speak real soon, okay?
Yay, sounds good.
Be sure to hit the subscribe button so you can watch and listen to all of our podcasts and wonderful guests we will have on our upcoming episodes.